This guy know just one way, not other way. He know just you have to be
Mm.
work hard. You have to change three t-shirts. You have to sweat. You have to like wrestle almost 1 hour every day. This guy need rest. You know, for example, I know when I training with him in the AKA, I told this DC, we did like 5 rounds sparring, we did 3 rounds grappling, and that's it. Like do some drills, that's it. But now I don't know what they changed. We did 5 rounds sparring in the cage, three in the mat. We did 10 rounds wrestling.
I
But when Khabib with us in the camp, you don't have too much options, you know. Today, honestly, we start to like with the team. We
Yeah.
start one guys to go Khabib. Maybe tomorrow sparring, we can some rest, do
Yeah,
some rest.
yeah.
Okay, you just go to the light and do like 30 minutes running.
Yeah.
Okay, like easy training, you know.
Yeah.
But when we came to the gym, 12 rounds is the boxing bags,
Yeah.
and after everybody run, it's not easy, you know.
Damn.
And tomorrow, 10 in the morning, we have sparring. This guy, he don't know is other way.
Yeah.
Just one way, hard work.
Islam Makhachev has risen to the top of MMA with a mix of talent, discipline, and a work ethic shaped by years of intense training under Khabib Nurmagomedov. Growing up in Dagestan, Islam trained alongside Khabib and followed in his footsteps, often under the same rigorous routine. This was more than just physical, it was a mindset built on focus, repetition, and belief in the process.
Go! Go! Pass, 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 Dino! Pass! Nice, Daddy! Display!
Что сзади происходит?
Сегодня бомба.
Islam says his path became easier because Khabib had already shown the way. While many fighters have to figure things out on their own, he had a roadmap. He watched Khabib train, win, and stay focused through pressure and success. All Islam had to do was copy that model and stay consistent. This made his mindset very different from other fighters who might need motivation. Khabib did not just inspire him, he created a system that anyone willing to follow could succeed in, but only if they could handle the pressure.
But how is it all those years being there, learning and watching behind Khabib, knowing that one day I'm going to step in and this is going to be me. I'm going to be number one,
for
pound
me,
for pound.
it's more easy because he showed me the way. I just have to follow. Do
Even after retiring as an undefeated champion, Khabib did not leave the gym life behind. He became even more active as a coach and mentor, and many fighters like Usman Nurmagomedov and Islam still train under his watchful eye. Khabib's approach to coaching is intense. He does not believe in shortcuts or easy days. The expectation is that every training session must be hard, physically and mentally. Khabib pushes his fighters to their limit, and if anyone tries to take it easy or skip a workout, he notices right away and calls it out.
he did, just follow him. That's it. Because all this way, and he showed us. Now he retired, but he still push us. Look, it's gonna be so crazy. It's gonna be hard for everybody. And Usman tell today to the coach, after a couple of days, Khabib come. Can I take rest today because I have to be ready?
Wow. This hard training culture is not just about doing more, it is about never allowing comfort to settle in. Islam explains that under Khabib, there is no such thing as a light day. Fighters are expected to go hard every single time. They train until their shirts are soaked through, often having to change them 3 times. Wrestling for almost an hour is normal, not exceptional, while some athletes follow modern sports science approaches that include rest and recovery periods. Khabib's camp believes in constant work. It is a traditional, grind-heavy mindset that comes from years of experience in the mountains and wrestling gyms of Dagestan.
Khabib, so you think Khabib comes in and obviously I know all you guys respect him. What is it about Khabib that also makes him a great, coach and really in reality kind of more of a mentor to you guys? Like obviously it's the hard work, it's the attitude, but what else is it that's different that makes Khabib special now as a mentor slash coach?
This guy know just one way, not other way. He know just you have to be work hard. You have to change 3 t-shirts. You have to sweat. You have to wrestle almost 1 hour every day, but not as other way. I know, Henry, you follow UFC program, UFC PI program. Someday you take rest, but for these guys, I don't know some people who can explain him. Hey, this guy need rest.
Islam also shared how things have evolved from when they first trained at the American Kickboxing Academy, aka. He remembered past training sessions with Khabib where they did 5 rounds of sparring and 3 rounds of grappling. That used to be considered a hard day, but now, under Khabib's leadership as a coach, the program has become even more demanding. They now do 10 rounds of wrestling on top of everything else. When Islam questioned this, Khabib insisted that it had always been this way, and to make sure the intensity stayed high, Khabib called the coaches at AKA directly and told them to adjust the routine.
I training with him in AKA. I told this. We did 5 rounds sparring. We did 3 rounds grappling, and that's it. Do some drills. That's it. But now I don't know what they changed. We did 5 rounds sparring in the cage, 3 in the mat. We did 10 rounds wrestling. I asked him, hey, we never did this when we're training together. Hey, he said, we did this always.
Training for Islam does not just happen in one gym or country. He spends part of his camp in the mountains of Dagestan at a high-altitude Olympic facility in Kislovodsk. This kind of training improves stamina, toughness, and focus. Then, he moves to places like New Jersey, where he gets more sparring partners and high-level gym access. This kind of combination that involves mountain work and world-class facilities creates a balance between old-school toughness and modern athletic preparation.
How long now have you been in AKA? How long have you trained there for this fight?
I'm not training in AKA this fight because I'm come from the camp in the mountain. We did in the camp in Kislovodsk. It's a Olympic center in Kislovodsk, and all the way from there I come to the New Jersey. We find very Nick Cotton MMA, very good gym. They have everything, mats, 2 cage, very big gym, And I came here before 21, 22 days with the team. I have a lot of sparring partners.
But perhaps the most powerful influence on Islam's journey was not Khabib alone. It was Khabib's father, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov. Long before Islam became a champion, Abdulmanap believed in him. Back then, Islam was just a young, inexperienced fighter in a room full of legends. He did not stand out, but Abdulmanap saw potential. He told Islam to simply copy Khabib and the other elite fighters. No fancy tricks or shortcuts. Just follow their example, train every day, and stay focused. That advice became the foundation of Islam's success.
I have to say all my life thank you to Coach Abdulmanap, because when I was young, when I'm not good fighter, I don't have nothing, he believed me. And he told me, hey, you have guys, because when I went to the gym, I'm young guy, but I have Khabib, we have other guys, Rustam, Shamil Zawara, they legend in Dagestan, they have many MMA fights. And he said, just follow what this guy is doing, and that's it. Now you're young, but I know one day you will be champion.
Abdulmanap didn't just offer general advice. He actively shaped Islam's early career. He sent him to sambo and judo competitions all over Russia, forcing him to test himself under pressure from a young age. Each trip and tournament gave Islam more experience and confidence. He was being prepared not just to fight, but to become a champion one day. It was never a question of if. Abdulmanap always told him when, and Islam listened carefully, always doing what was asked of him. Over time, he built a huge amateur background that gave him the skill set needed to survive and dominate in the UFC.
And I listen him all my life. I listen him. when he say he loved judo, he loved sambo, and he sent me to the many competition. I go Russian championship sambo, I go judo competition. He called me, hey, tomorrow we have to go somewhere to compete in the like Dagestan championship, or I don't know, like Makhachev championship. And I went. I always listen, and I have big experience in amateur MMA and amateur I have big career. And if he with us now, I think my like we because he not with us now, and maybe someone is lazy, someone doing some like other stuff. But when he was us, I remember everybody.
Abdulmanap also taught his fighters how to manage life, not just training. He believed in full focus. Even if someone had family issues or distractions, he would ask about it, but make it clear that once they were in the gym, that was all that mattered. Islam remembers how different things were back then. Everyone was focused, no one missed training, and distractions were kept outside the gym. Today, some fighters have side businesses or lose focus, but back then, Abdulmanap did not allow that. His presence created structure, and without him, some discipline has faded.
Focus in training. Now someone have some business, some guy do something for example, for me, I do some like bike, I do some like horse. But when Abdulmanap with us, he told me like hey, you have to be in the gym every day. You have some problem, family problem, outside you have problem. He asked me all the time. If you have, let me know. I will fix. But you have to be focused in the gym, not just come and thinking about some stuff. Now it's a lot of guys did some mistake. They come to the gym, but they not inside the gym. They're thinking about some business, doing some stuff like not. But when you come, it's most important.
Finally, Islam gave credit to where he came from, Dagestan. In that region, sports are not just hobbies, they are a way of life. Every gym is full, with kids training hard from an early age. Wrestling, sambo, and MMA classes are packed. The competition starts young and never stops. That daily struggle in the gym, training with other skilled fighters, pushing each other to the limit is what sharpens everyone. As Islam puts it, iron sharpens iron. That culture, more than anything else, is what continues to create world-class fighters year after year.
What is it about Dagestan that makes Dagestan so special? And do you believe that Dagestan could become the next superpower?
Yeah, number one thing, Henry, it's the competition inside the gym. Like in Dagestan, all wrestling gym is full, like more than 100 people training there. For example, our gym, we have sambo class, we have MMA class, we have wrestling class for the kids. All the class full. We don't have some space to the training. Everybody want to training. That's why, like any sports, like people love do some sports in Dagestan, and the competition inside the gym, it's make you better every day. I think it's a number one thing because iron sharp iron, and every day we training with each other every day and make push.
Khabib's mindset wasn't something he developed after success. It was the foundation he built everything on. In a podcast appearance where Mike Tyson was also a guest, Khabib explained that discipline wasn't just part of his training, it was the training. He said his life revolved around a simple, unchanging formula: train, sleep, eat, repeat. There were no shortcuts, no excuses, and definitely no breaks from the grind. For him, this wasn't just a routine, it was a lifestyle. He looked at greatness as something you live before you earn. As he put it, you gotta be the champ before you become the champ. That resonated deeply with Tyson, who nodded and added that a champion's mindset has to take over your entire life. Everything starts in the mind. Khabib said, even before he got to the top, he already believed he was the best. He recalled how, even back in 2012, when he first signed with the UFC, he was already visualizing beating every fighter in his division. To him, being a champion wasn't about the belt, it was about the belief. And that belief system is exactly what he tries to build in others. When Khabib trains his fighters today, he doesn't just focus on technique or physical conditioning. He instills that same mental structure. He pushes them to live like champions long before they ever fight for a title. The workouts are brutal, the expectations are sky high, but the message is always the same. Train like you've already made it and prove it every single day. Under Khabib's leadership, it's not enough to show up. Fighters have to show up with intent, with focus, and confidence that they're already among the best. He doesn't allow distractions or shortcuts. Instead, he teaches that greatness begins when your mind starts working for you, not against you, and that the real opponent is your own comfort zone.
Looking back at your childhood now, Khabib, do you feel like that's what's made you to the person that you are today?
Like, I think everything about discipline. Everything about discipline, and every day. And every day, like, you know, train, sleep, eat, repeat. It's like, I think, like, you guys understand me. Like, you, especially you, Mike, you guys, like, one of the greatest athletes of all times.
You gotta breathe it, live it. You gotta be the champ before you become the champ. You have that lifestyle.
Yeah, it's have to become your lifestyle, and everything here in mental, you know, everything about mental. You know, it's like people ask me, like, when you become champion, what you feel like, and I said, no, in my mind, I was always champion. In my mind, all the time when I see someone compete, like in my weight classes, and I think, okay, like since when when UFC signed me, it was like 2012, 2013, 14, like that time. I will think about, I'm gonna beat these guys. I can beat all of them, you know, like everything about mental.
That mindset is exactly what Demetrious Johnson experienced when he came to train with Khabib. Even with all his experience and titles, Demetrious was surprised by how intense and structured the sessions were. As he stepped in, it was non-stop, no talking, no distractions, just pure work. Every session had purpose. The fighters didn't just go through drills, they trained like every moment mattered, going over positions and situations again and again until it became second nature. Demetrious noticed how focused everyone was. There was no wasting time. Everything was covered. Striking, grappling, clinch work, everything. He said it reminded him of his own championship camps, where nothing gets missed and every detail is sharpened. What stood out most to him was how often they trained. Once in the morning, then again in the evening with no excuses.
Oh, in leg lock. Let's go. Let's go, Shara. Let's go. Let's go.
But even though it was tough, you could tell he respected it. Before leaving, he thanked Khabib and the team, not just for the training, but for the energy and the way they welcomed him. You could see it in his expression. He understood why this team keeps producing champions. It's not magic, it's hard work, repeated over and over with a mindset that never switches off.
To be here and just to work these guys over and over and over, he's like, shut up, keep training, no, we should be talking, shut up and train. Now I can see why these guys, like when they fight, you can see they train, they go through every scenario. Like I truly feel like, just like in my camp, right? Like when I was in full-time training camp, like we made sure there was no stone unturned. We make sure we got the grappling on point, the striking on point, the clinch game on point, the jiu-jitsu game on point. And I feel the same thing with these guys. Like they trained twice yesterday, we trained this morning, they're gonna train tonight. My black ass is not trained tonight. I'm gonna go jump in the cold plunge and prep for.
This team isn't built on hype. It's built on discipline, routine, and mental toughness. From Abdulmanap to Khabib to Islam, it's all about showing up, grinding, and staying locked in. Let us know in the comments, is this old school grind still the best way to build champions?